and BF are here
to bring you the dopest beats
and hottest lyrics. All my hip hop heads, stand up. Stand up. Stand up.
All right. So let me get a pronunciation on your last name one more time.
Melinoe.
Right?
So Melino.
Melinoe.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
You know, it's
Mike
the funniest
Melinoe.
thing though, man. Like when I first started, it's always been a tongue twister, man. Open mics and all that stuff. So I love it, man. I love it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. Well, Mike, man, like I said, it's great to have you here with us, man. On 16 the beat. I got my first question for you, man. Is just what made you fall in love with like hip hop and pursuing it as something that you really want to do as far as MCing, man?
I mean, it pretty much starts from early days being in Detroit. Mainly grew up in church. Didn't even really listen to hip hop like that. My mama was extremely sheltered when it comes to like the outside, so I couldn't even watch TV on the weekdays, bro. Like it's crazy. So I kind of like discovered hip hop from school, from my cousins, just being bad, rebellious, playing the music while we was being babysat. So it kind of was always a love once I got into it, maybe like 8, 9, but I quickly just kind of put it aside. Was kind of super shy growing up. So I was just more the guy that beat on the tape, you know what I mean? But I was admiring the craft and stuff. And then it slowly came back to my life, more so middle school. Then I started, rhyming, but then I played sports. So I was like, actually, maybe this is my thing I should do. You know what I mean? Ended up going to college, tried out, and I just kind of have a realization moment. It was like, okay, either you're going to keep trying out, for, football, and if that works, it works. But if it don't, it don't. But then, or you just do something you always wanted to do, which was, make music. So 2011, I just, hit that turn. It was like, all right, let me do this shit for real. So, boom. Now we're here, man.
That's what's up. That's what's up, man. Well, I got another one, but I know you came from Detroit. So,
Yes, sir.
when you started listening to music, you know what I'm saying? And shout out to, to the D, you know what I'm saying? It's been a big thing with people like us from Dallas, people from Detroit, you know what I'm saying? Because they be like, who is the D? The D is Detroit. We triple D in Dallas, though. You know what I'm saying? So that's how we always distinguish it coming up in Dallas. But
I got a lot of
like,
homies from that way too. So we always had that same conversation and that discussion about D and triple D. So yeah.
Yes, sir. You know what I'm saying? So who was your influence when you first started getting into it? You know what I'm saying? And working on your craft. Was there anybody that influenced you?
It was always a lot of people. Growing up again in church, like when it comes to just harmonics or just knowing how to flex my vocals and stuff like that. That was more so my family. My father is a pianist, so he pretty much and my mom used to write music, be in the choir and stuff like that. My whole family ran in the church, so we kind of just had that kind of background more so in the solstice of the vocals. But hip hop wise, Andre 3 Stacks, of course. Big L, Camp Lowe's, to even the more modern Kendricks, Schoolboy and stuff like that. But it really, my love, I feel like I would say when I first started music was Lil Wayne, because that Hot Boy era, that was the first character I saw, and I was just like, okay, for some apparent reason, this is hooking me in. So I started listening to him, and then it kind of took off from that point. But it was very faint. A lot of different artists came in and out. But Lil Wayne would be the origin of that for sure.
Okay.
Shout out Lil Wayne.
I'm a big fan of Wayne myself. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Wayne myself. He pretty dope.
He nasty, man.
That Carter 3, that's my shit to this day. That's never gonna age.
Come on, bro.
That's whatever. But my question is the Red Sessions.
Yeah.
That Red Sessions was very dope. I watched all. I really wish it could have been more. But
a lot of people say that.
It is, I guess. But I guess my question would be, what was the thought behind that? Was you just trying to get some bars off? Did you want to show how versatile you was? Because I like how it switched up from not just being rap, but you did singing in it.
Yeah.
What was the thought behind that?
It's extremely. It was me just really trying to just express where I was at, realistically, but also at the temperament of putting out music at a faster pace. I don't really like doing that. So I just found ways to give people templates, and also really just being home and being bored, like finding more ways to creatively just express the stuff that people may never hear. Like my favorite red session is 002, I believe it is. Man, like the flow of that beat and how it was on top of it, moving a certain way, and just if you heard my discography, and people would be like, oh, I never would have heard that type of record from Mike, but my producers, my team, they know I have like records like that that's just laying around. So just a matter of just showing a forte and just having fun. But that's kind of equivalent to what I've been doing with these duets lately. Just again, bored at home, just trying to stay creative. But I love it. At the end of the day, and I with the duets, that's why I started with the red session, because I never wanted to do duets. I never wanted to like be that artist. Like, oh, he the duet artist. You know what I mean? It's a weird stigma, but I just looked at it like, oh, well, it is what it is. Let me just find creative ways to film myself and articulate my message, try new things, and again, just kind of give people flavors of where I'm taking the music in maybe 6 months from now type thing. And even to that Red Session 2, I already have like 3 duets already done. I just dropped one. But we actually have one that's kind of like maybe Red Session 2.0. You know what I mean? Like, it's like a whole, man, it's incredible. But yeah, man, just having fun with it for real, and staying on my toes and stuff.
That's what's up. Okay. I hope to be able to hear that one pretty sometime soon.
I ain't gonna lie, it's my favorite one so far. And even people hit me up today, still like, yo, you should put that Red Session on Spotify, or you should. And I'm like, certain stuff to just live how we live, man. On Instagram, on YouTube, the people engage, they engage, and they dive into it that way. But certain things are just like fragments of our imagination. I'm just trying to, have fun at the end of the day. And once I'm ready to, touch people with music again, we'll left them accordingly. But boom, boom.
Yes, sir. That's what's up, man. BF, you want to go to your next one?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, sure. Well, I know one thing I was wondering about, because I first heard you on that EJ Mallard track.
My guy.
And that was
shout out EJ.
Shout out EJ. That was a dope track. He, how did that happen?
Man, to be honest, man, that record's like 2 years old, man. He just hit me up one day, and like literally 2 years ago, sent me a record like, yo, I think you'll rock this one. I literally heard it and sent it back in 2 hours, and he was like, wow, this is, he was vibing, blah, 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 and then 2 years go by, and he brought it back up again. So it's just, it really was just a record of me just trying to dive into where I kind of creatively want my music to navigate. It's obviously way more perfect timing now than maybe 2 years ago. But yeah, man, it's just perfect fitting. I not flew out, but I drove out to Houston, shot the video with my guy, and we got a couple more records too. He's trying to do a couple things, but yeah, it was easy, man. 2 years ago, and we just kind of let it live this year and just gave it to the people, man. So yeah, I love that one. That's one of my favorites.
That's what's up. That's what's up. You got something you want to say, brother?
Oh no, yeah, I was shit. Just talking about like I was going back through a lot of your stuff on YouTube, man. That are like Cyclones, bro. Yeah. Like that's where I first heard you.
Damn.
I first heard you with Cyclones, and it was so funny because like when I heard your Cyclone and I watched the video, I was like, yo, this raw.
Man, appreciate it.
And then flip side, I seen the EJ Mallard stuff, so I was like, oh damn, I didn't even know. At first, I didn't know that you was the same person. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you know what I'm saying? So you're very versatile like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That should go hard. Like, and I'll be looking, I'm like, damn, why is these people not noticing these guys, man? There's a lot of independent guys out here that are like, y'all are killing the game right now. I tell everybody, independence is winning right now.
I appreciate
it. You know what I'm saying? And my thing is just, where do you see hip hop evolving? Like, it's evolving. So, like, where do you see it heading, toward the future? Like, you know what I'm saying? The sound. I mean, it's got so many different avenues in hip hop now. You know what I'm saying? So, like, what do you think?
I mean, hopefully, I look at it as just being this, in a very creative, like phase right now. Hip hop has always gone through these moments where it's like you got the lean with it, rock with it moments. Everybody kind of kumbaya, kind of like, it's always been those moments. I don't know if it's a 10-year period. I don't really know how that sector worked time-wise, but we've been in that kind of like la mode for a minute, you know. So I think it's about to take a turn where a lot of things get more conceptual, people trying new ideas. But I think hip hop is kind of like, you know, technically evolving and you know, just a genre of genre. Like, you know what I mean? It's you got. I feel like I technically do hip hop, of course, but I feel like I'm navigating in a realm of alternative hip hop. You know, I've done records where it sounds extremely pop. You know, I've like tested the waters in that way, but hip hop is going to always evolve. I just pray that people just, you know, find an origin, stay home a little bit, you know, stay a little more toned in on the individuality and just continue to create more stuff. Cause I get bored. You know what I mean? Naturally, I do a bunch of stuff, so I'm automatically gonna try to wean myself out of something to make it make sense. But ideally, I just feel like, you know, to be a part of something, I'm more grateful to be a part of hip hop than anything, you know, to be able to express myself the way I do. And so many people have paved the way. So I just feel like it's important for us to kind of like, you know, continue to just navigate that thought process and just, you know, make it better as much as we possibly can for real, for real.
Yeah, that's what's up, man.
Okay. You got another question, brother? Or shall I take it from here?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Floss. That was a dope track. Will actually put me on to it, you know, and like when I listen to it, I get a dark vibe from it.
Yeah.
But when I watch the video, I get a depressed
Yeah.
vibe from it. Like, so it's like, was that intentional? Was that intentional? And what's the whole idea? What was the whole idea between both the track and the video?
I mean, well, the Floss is from a writer, whereas it was a project where I was trying my best to articulate the motive and entities I felt like I was kind of like navigating in creatively, but also spiritually. Like a few years ago, I cut my hair bald. I had mad hair, you know, little braids, but I cut it bald. Just kind of went on this whole journey of just trying to navigate my peace and take ownership of my identity a little more. But it was more of a personal journey. And I've always found myself or correlated my brand towards some sort of therapeutic outlet. Then I found art. So what I wanted to portray with the video or just the film was more so to, I've never been to therapy, but if I were to go to therapy around these topics, certain times and certain things, my people really passing away, you know, me really lost into my perspective of how I'm navigating daily with my relationship, just how I wanted things to appear. I just wanted it to be basically, you know, me in a therapy session and trying to articulate my thoughts in front of people, which is a vulnerable moment for me technically because I'm not really that just talk about it type of dude. But it's giving me more hope and more inspiration to navigate towards to have that seat and car with someone that's a little more professional to help me. But it was really just me, you know, pretty much presenting to the world what I'm really dealing with in my life, you know, the lack of actually going to therapy. And to piggyback on the idea of the song, it was more so the dark side of it. Like, you know what I mean? Because Merida is an island, but Merida is Wadi Rum, Wadi Rum backwards. And that's literally like some sort of island in Jordan. You know what I mean? Like this whole, like, you know, country or whatever stuff. So I just like flipped it because I felt like that was ideally visually where I presented myself mentally. And Merida is this island of where I've been trying to navigate my own spiritual world. So it's something I created to help people like us, black men, and like navigate not somebody out every time you feel crazy. I'm just like sometimes we got to create these narratives to just keep us on track for real, for real. And I feel like I did that good enough. And now with our next film, Cliches, it will be pretty much the ego death experience. So it's like Floss is like the therapeutic, you know, we sit down having that talk. Then the next one will be like an ego death experience where it's like not me technically, but somebody else is dealing with this and blah, blah, blah. But yeah, it's really just trying to like, you know, just articulate how I'm feeling, but, you know, merge different worlds and boom, hopefully people connect to it.
That's what's up.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
Okay, well, guess this is my last question. I'll just let you have it from here, bro. But I played your music for some people, for a good amount of people. Some loved it, some didn't. But the response I got from every single one of them is your music is an acquired taste. hearing that, does it offend you? Is it expected? Have you heard it before?
Yeah, truthfully, I prefer it that way. Because I never been a dude to like to be something that you're familiar to. I felt like, okay, if this is the way we're making a couch look like a potato, maybe we figure out multiple ways to make it look modern or make it look a way that I truly want to feel when I'm sitting down, rather than like, okay, every couch in the building is a potato. Like, I just try to navigate with this creative process, is just, poking at people, having a different perspective and leveraging that to tell my stories as many different ways. And obviously, to outsource my camp and blah blah blah. But I love it, to be honest, man. I've heard it a lot. I've heard a lot of different things. I've heard people legit be super confused. You know what I mean? And I don't know. I just appreciate the fact that somebody took time to even, you know, dabble in my world. I think that's the most important thing. I think the younger me would be like, "Ah," but like, me now is just like, like, I need that, because depending on where that person is, how they feeling, I believe that, I'm always trying to, capture moments for each individual, like no matter what sound it is, I'm just capturing moments. So I love it though.
That's dope, because that's that's real dope, because a lot of artists today can't
Get a
take
story.
No, I
criticism.
love it, man.
Yeah,
Like,
get a
Can't
story.
take criticism. If you criticize something today, you a hater. You need to get with it. Like,
I love it,
no,
bro.
man. Like, criticism is the best thing you could get.
No, for real,
you
for real.
know,
And then I mean, I come from a
when it,
school where, in Detroit, man, nothing come easy. We had to grind. I used to literally walk in the snow, holes in my shoes, like type stuff like that, bro. That got me to where I'm at today. Been homeless, so it's like a bunch of stuff, man. It's just, where I'm at today. I've realized this is just a vessel period for me. I'm here and I'm gone. You know what I mean? So whatever I'm able to do and touch the people that I need to touch and get in and out. But I love to hear feedback. I love to hear what people think about my creations, and hopefully, if not, hopefully, somebody near me, but make something that that person can, confine in, and find beautiful enough to share it themselves. So that's the most important thing, for real.
so,
That's what's up. Well, last man, just want to know what's next for Mr. Mike Maloney
Yeah, yeah.
Melinoe.
No, you
God,
good.
how you say it? How you say it one more time?
You
One more
good.
time. You gotta get this right.
Melinoe.
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 Mr. Mike.
Yeah.
yeah,
Truthfully, man, it's we got an album and stuff like that we're working on for the fall, but realistically, I'm getting into this next film, Cliches. I'm gonna make sure I send it to y'all too, by the way, because it's literally
Okay.
dropping within a week. So we
Oh, okay.
we just we gonna hit them hard. But it's just working on that film. Me and my boy D Harmon, we got like another project. Me and EJ working on some stuff. So we just staying busy, but definitely hitting the people with some more music in the summertime. Tour
Yes, sir.
stuff for the fall, and yeah, man. Hopefully, good health and wealth, man. That's all.
Yes,
Boom.
sir. All right. Well, we appreciate you, man, taking the time out to join us today, man. Very, very appreciative of everything, man. And keep doing what you're doing. Keep rocking, man. You know what I'm saying? And once again, I'm Will. This is BF, and we're 16 to beat. We just gonna say peace, man.
Appreciate y'all, man. Y'all be safe,
Peace.
man. All love, bro.